Hi, Claire. I thought I'd just make this quick video to try to express what's in my head about what your shell is so amazing, your canvas shell, but it kind of overwhelmed me to look at it. So I was trying to think, okay, what would be like an easier interface in? I realized like thinking about it as a library is super helpful and it has so much and different ways to access the same material, a lot of different ways to access the same material, which is great. But I just feel like there needs to be a more simple, intuitive, original interface. And so I just wanted to start here, which has been, this is my screensaver and or my desktop, and it's been the same background image for like 4 months, ever since we started to think about doing the workshop, Jeremy and I. And it's a slide from one of Carlos and Maria's presentations that puts in graphic terms their DeFi course, their 7-day DeFi course, or their 1 week DeFi course. And I can't tell you exactly what the color coding means, but you can see that, this is week 1, this is week 2, or sorry, this is day 1, this is day 2, this is day 3. And the names of the modules are there, so I know kind of what I'm doing every day. So this was just to inspire me and organize my brain to then jump into their slide sets and begin to organize my own workshop. And my brain needs that. So I'm going to go now over here. And so when I looked at your content dashboard, it didn't, because the names aren't there, the names of the modules aren't there, it didn't like work for my brain. It kind of made my brain feel overwhelmed. But I'm thinking it wouldn't be that hard to make it not overwhelming for my brain. And that's why I mentioned using the descriptions of the lesson plan. So like what you've done here, the descriptions are there associated with the module numbers, which I love. But could you integrate that with this? In other words, could you, first of all, module 1, I think it would be really good to say, the names of these modules, or include the names of these modules in these tiles. The problem space, the design space, the business space. But I think the only way to make my brain understand better for this section would be to expand it, I think, and include and name each one of the submodules here. That's what I'm thinking. I know it's going to expand it significantly. Short of doing that, it would help again to name, activities. I know that they're in here, the why and the how. Reflections. So I think instead of doing activities, reflections, and student presentations, the really more clear thing for my brain would be just having these blue tiles be the lessons, the submodules. Does that make sense? I don't think this is not really computing with me. I see what you've done, but I think a more clear way to organize this content dashboard would be to put the submodules, line up the submodules in columns underneath the big modules. And for me, this content dashboard would be probably the best place to start. Like I think I would want to see it here personally. Anyway, I even hate to give you my thoughts in a certain way because you've done so much, but I want to give you my thoughts because I want to help you make this super useful. And I feel like for my personal brain, super useful would be a content dashboard that lays out the learning progression with the titles of the lesson plans. I'm calling them lesson plans, but they're also the submodules, and putting that all on the home page. That's what would work really well for me.